Oh, dude, I just stabbed that guy right up the dick. How was that for a review? What is going on, everybody? This is Vapes to Gaming coming at you with my official Assassin's Creed Origins game review. In this video, I'll be talking about gameplay, graphics, map size, the new combat system, the crafting system in this game, the story so far, as I have not yet finished it, and its replayability factor compared to the rest of the Assassin's Creed series. Let's get into it. Start off, let's talk about graphics. Do I really need to say much? Just look at this. It is insane. I'm at the Pyramids of Giza right now, and I really am just lost for words right now. This game is absolutely beautiful, and it had to be, because the next topic is map size. Look, right here are the the 3 pyramids. I back out. Those 3 pyramids are incredibly small compared to this map. I cannot zoom out any further. Look at this. The map size is just ridiculous. And all of the blacked out areas, like right down here where it's blacked out and cloudy, those are areas where my character has never even stepped foot in yet. I haven't explored half of the map, and I'm already a level 30, with the max level in this game being 40. The next thing I'm going to talk about is combat, and before I go off and find enemies to kill, this is just a kid's dream come true. Watch this on the pyramids. Every kid dreamed of just sliding down a random pyramid. Like, at least I know I did. And the fact that you can do that in this game, it's bonus points for Ubisoft at this point. I'm going to go find some enemies and show you all the combat system. Alright, now I'm back. I found a different enemy outpost in order to show off the new combat mechanics. First thing I want to point out, though, is the eagle vision. When I go off and hit the up button, you actually fly a bird in order to find your enemies, find treasure, do whatever you need. And you can stop L2 to hover and basically help find your enemies. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm just going to run in like a boss and show you guys how this combat system is different, because it's a lot different than older Assassin's Creed. You don't just wait, parry their attack, and be done. No, you have a shield to help block, and you have your main weapon, whether that be a regular sword or a heavy blunt weapon, heavy edged weapon, and you deal damage points rather than just parrying attacks. As you see, he's hitting my shield, so he's not doing any damage to me right now. It helps if you click R3 and you're locked on. Now when I attack him, I do damage points. So every time I swing my weapon and do damage, he takes damage, obviously. Hold on. And they're so cool, just going into the different combat cinematics like that. So cool. And that's the main difference, because combat is a lot harder in this game than it has been in other Assassin's Creed. You actually have to take precaution when you're dealing damage and taking damage, as it's a lot easier to die. The main thing about this is the leveling system. If you look at these guys, they both have levels. You're a level 18. If you see that above his head, he's a level 18. So, with that being said, I'm a level 30, so I can handle these guys easily. As you see, I can just go in and bash them and they're done. But with the leveling system, the way it works, the higher the enemy level, the harder they are to kill. Now, that's pretty obvious. But with this game, if they're so much as 5 levels ahead of you, you might not be able to kill them at all, because it lowers the amount of damage your weapons can do against their armor. Hold on, let me kill him. Oh, yeah. Stab. Here, let me change my weapon so you get different animations. Oh, yeah, they have, like, dual-wield weapons. It's so cool. But when they're about 5 levels ahead of you, you can't do any damage. I was dealing about 150 damage a swing here on enemies level, let's say, 35, since I'm a 30 right now. I'll do about 6. That's right, just 6. So, obviously, I can't kill them with weapons. If I go off and I crouch and I sneak up to assassinate them, I'll do maybe a quarter of their life. You can't even kill them with an assassination attempt. It's ridiculous. but in a good way. Now, combat system overall, I'd say is an 8 out of 10. Now, I love the way that this works compared to the other Assassin's Creed because you make it to where it's like you have to fight and you're being cautious about it. You're not just running in to parry all their attacks and be done with it. The reason I'm giving it an 8 and not a perfect 10... Hold on. You know what? Let's kill this guy with my swords here. No, come out in the light. We want to see you. Alright, there we go. Into the light, bud. Oh, dude, I just stabbed that guy right up the dick. How is that for a review? But since you have to be cautious about going into fights and what your level is, what their level is, how many of them are there, as you can die pretty quickly, the overall mechanic is great. I give it an 8 out of 10 because sometimes it just feels like it's too much. The lock-on system, it really doesn't help unless it's just a one-on-one situation, and it feels like your shield, while it's useful against one or two low-level enemies, when you get into high enemy fights, it just feels like your shield doesn't block anything. That was my problem with it. It could be different for each player, and it could be different again as I develop and play the game even more. Now, let's get into crafting. Right here is my gear page. As you see, I have my ranged weapons, my outfit, the mount for my horse, my different weapons, which are like regular swords, sickle swords, heavy blunts, heavy blades, whole bunch of different types of stuff. And even these have different qualities and damage per second, just like you'd see in a standard role-playing game. Now, I love this new system, because if you find a sword you want, let's say I really like these old rusty twin blades, I can go to a blacksmith and I can have them upgraded to my current level. So their damage per second is going to rise, their quality level is going to rise, and I get to keep whatever perks they have. If you look to the left mid screen, you'll see adrenaline regeneration. So if I wanted that 1 out of 4 and I really, really loved it, I could upgrade it and get it to be closer to my level. Obviously, yellows are legendary and purples are rare, so you want these yellows. The yellows are the best ones in the game, and these are the ones that you want to upgrade continuously. Super expensive, but worth it. Now, if I get out of weapons, you'll see I can also upgrade things like the hidden blade or my quiver to increase my arrow capacity. These require materials. As you see, this one requires deer hide, different copper and silver and whatnot, or I'm sorry, bronze and silver. And in order to do that, I go off, I find the materials, and I just hold X to craft. Now, how do you find the materials? You use your eagle, and if you look around the map, right here are some exotic skins, over here is some silver, and I can go off, I can target that, or not silver, iron, I'm dumb, sorry. Some iron, I track that, and then I'll see it when I'm playing, and I go off, and I raid them, and I get that material for however much it was. That one was 15. You get higher and lower amounts depending on what area you're in. Now, I'm a level 30, so if I go off and I go into a super low area, like let's say Siwa, where it's levels, let's see, 1 to 5, if I go in here and I raid stuff for materials, I'll get a very low amount. But if I go into the higher ranked areas, let's say 24 to 29 right now, I'll get 15 to 20 for every single time I loot. Crafting system is great. It makes you feel relevant. Like you're upgrading your gear, you're getting better as an assassin. It makes it feel like the game progresses better. Overall crafting system, I'd give a 10 out of 10. It'd be cool if we had more options, but the options that we have now, it keeps you enthralled. The replayability factor on this game is just absolutely amazing. It's by far the strongest Assassin's Creed factor to date. It's the best one of the series if you ask me. The amount of stuff there is to do, the new combat mechanics, it feels like a new fresh game rather than a rehash of the same game over and over in a new setting. Overall, this game, I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10, and I'd take that 0.5 off strictly because of the map size. It feels like it's too big and it takes too long to get places. That's not really a complaint. As a gamer, we all love huge maps, but I do have to scale it down for that. And there are a couple twerks in with the combat system, which could easily get worked out. But if Assassin's Creed, if the franchise keeps going and produces games like this, even if they have to take a year off just in order to get it to this quality, it's worth it. I'll kill this guy, and then I'll see you guys off. Oh, well, I didn't get the animation. I clicked too fast. Either way, this is Vapes to Gaming. I'll see you next time.